This is going to be a great call today. I can just feel the energy. I love it right here. Welcome, Lions. This is the Lions Den. This is what we do every single Thursday. Get ready. It's going to be a good one today because we're gonna talk about some real stuff. We're going to talk about some real stuff. Today was, and especially this week, last week was interesting because I always like to bring it back to last week. Last week was three main things that everyone really took away and really got some value from. It was stop. Guys, as fucking men, as lions, we got to shut the fuck up sometimes, don't we? We got to stop, and we got to stop talking so loud. That was the first thing I said. And the second thing was stop touching so much. We touch too much sometimes. We make it uncomfortable for people around us. So having good body language is the way that you become a leader, a fucking lion, a way that when you walk into a room, people are going to notice. That's the way we do it. And the last thing I said was thinking that you know it all. Sometimes our ego is fucking brutal, isn't it? It isn't it? Our ego, and we think within ourselves and we get all very like this, and that's okay because ego and confidence, if utilized the right way, can do some magic. It can create that energy as the lion that we like to uncage our roar to become, but the king that we know that we deserve to be. So today we're going to get into some stuff that's going to channel into that. But today, I asked a question at the beginning of this week. When I send those texts out, we customize those things. A lot of companies out there right now, they're doing the bullshit. They're doing just automations and everything like that. No. We got to customize because we got to be with y'all. So I actually wanted to specifically ask what y'all are looking for when it comes to more, right? Like more. How do you make more? And what's more? Is it more money? Okay, we can talk about that. We're going to talk about more money. How do you make more money? And tangible things that I've been able to experience over the last decade, spending millions of dollars on personal development, but also being able to start and fail and succeed business. And I like to say the failure because this is where I like to talk about that shit. I like to talk about the weaknesses. I like to talk about the shit that nobody wants to talk about, nobody wants to publicize, but that's the stuff that actually built me to who I am today. We look at the wins, we look at the cars and the watches and the clothes, and then we okay, this is cool. But how do we actually decode some of that when we actually want more? So today we're going to talk about that. And when I talk about today's topic of more, the question that we asked earlier this week was like, what would it be? And really the top results that we got was like more clients. Okay, so why would we want more clients, right? More money, of course, makes sense, but more. Like more lifestyle, more experience, more travel, more abundance, more freedom. Ooh, freedom. That's a big word right there. That's something that each man on this call and each man that watches this in the recording is going to understand their own meaning of it. So it's very hard for me to explain to you on how to achieve freedom. I can't do that. But what I can do is I can teach you some of the things that I've been able to learn on how I've been able to strive for more, how I've been able to achieve more, accomplish more. And if that resonates well with you, then in that case, take the learning lessons and apply them into your day-to-day. Because I like to bring in tactful resources that you can utilize in your communication, in your leadership, each and every single day, each and every single week. This is the stuff that nobody's talking about nowadays because everyone's trying to build a brand and everyone's trying to sell a product and everyone's trying to get you into the next coaching thing. Don't get me wrong. Y'all still came here somehow. There's systems that have to be put in place in order to accumulate people and then be able to speak to them. But what you speak about and what you have somebody walk away with is the power of what a real speaker is and somebody that's just going to sell you something from a stage. Today, I want to also really bring up the word accountability because I had a lot of guys that mentioned that word. They texted back was like accountability. Like accountability is always just hard. We talk about discipline, hard work, dedication. I get it. Those are words that we can live by and we can wake up to and we can give ourselves positive freaking affirmations in the morning and be like, yeah, but it's not so easy doing that consistently. Take it even for this call. Like I'm in different countries, I'm in different time zones. I'm showing up on this call every Thursday at 8 p.m. EST regardless. So I have to figure out my own discipline. There's no option around it. That's what I do in service to be here, to support y'all, to support any man that wants to continue the journey of being the best version of himself, the best version that is that man that really wants to uncage his roar as a lion to become that king that he deserves to be. So when we talk about accountability, I want to take that a little step further and say the accountability to more. But again, what is more for you? I want you to start thinking about that question because we're going to bring that question back. Just this last week, it's been interesting because I've been getting a little bit more vocal when it comes to my personal life on social media. Not only are my marketing teams advising us to just to be able to incorporate it. And that's what happens when you're at this level and you want to be able to now start to, differentiate different platforms and do the right thing. But what's interesting about that is that last night, it wasn't actually a marketing stunt. It wasn't anything. It was actually me jumping on a camera because I'm going through a situation. I'm going through a relationship problem right now. Me and my girl, we got into a very bad fight and it's been a little bit awkward. And it's a little bit tension. She is, the operations director of my company as well too. So there's a business, there's a personal, and as well as now it's also me in the weight of a long distance relationship. She's all the way up in Canada. I'm all the way down here in Tampa. I'm flying out on Tuesday, but now there's this. So in that moment, what I started to think about, I was like, shit. So I talked a little bit about it online yesterday and I brought up in a little thing, but I want to give my Lions exclusive right here. I want to give you guys some of the more back end of the thought patterns that take place when even someone like myself, after everything that I've gone through and the millions of dollars and the success and all that, still have to go through the same shit because we're all fucking men. We all breathe the same way. We all bleed the same way. So I want us to be vulnerable with one another. And that's why the Lions Den is here. And when I was going through this relationship situation, it was interesting because she's on one side and the word more kept coming up. That's why I wanted to talk to you guys about the word more today. She was like, well, I need more time and I need more attention and I need more love. And was her thought pattern. And then on my side of things, I was like, well, I need more money to support and make sure that I can provide. I need more impact so that we can create a legacy. And I need more clarity on how you're feeling so I can make you feel better. So it was interesting that even in a conversation of us being together for 2 years, very happy, still are striving for more. Because this is the way that we have to start to apply it. And if you break in the psychological battle of more, then you'll be like, is it really worth it? Is it really worth it? Should I change my direction? Should I change my goal? Should I stop the momentum and switch gears? Now, this is a wrong thought pattern because what happens right now is that in that mindset of thinking that you got to retreat is where the gold is just hiding right behind the next couple of hits. But this is where most of us quit because when we want more, whether it's more love, whether it's more money, we're going to talk about that today. I'll break down both of them. But in that situation that I was able to start learning from my girl and to be in that relationship of both of us understanding that we want more, we were in a positive mindset. We were in a positive thought pattern. We were opposing thoughts. But what we didn't realize is that we just both want more. And what happened there is we were able to align on the fact that we both want more. And we then wrote it down on what more we want. And all of a sudden we were like, okay, but now we have a commonality. Now we have a base platform. Now we have a common denominator here of wanting more. We want more. We want better for one another. She wants me to be the best version of myself, and I want her to be the best version of herself. And the more that we can help one another do that, the more that we become healthier and happier. So today I want us to really think about more. Like the point of all of this is more. But what is your number one more? Because you can have a lot, trust me. You can have a lot. You can have personal, you can have professional, you can have financial, of course. But what is your number one more? What is the one thing that you want more of right now that would make the biggest impact in your life? Now I'm going to break down three. I'm going to break down three simple ones. I'm going to break down three ones that I know a lot of us gents have the strive for. The first one, it's obvious. It's money. What we do psychologically, what we do up here, especially as men, the way that we've been conditioned, most of us in the generation that we've been brought up into, because we're not youngsters. Like some of us are youngsters, like we got Dominic on the call, we got a couple of youngsters here. You know what I mean? They're in a different era. They're in their teens and growing up. But we still were in an era where technology wasn't really this extensive. We still had to go. I always use this example. We had to go to Timmy's house and knock on Timmy's door and look at Timmy's mom and say, Timmy's mom, can Timmy come out to play? And then have the confidence to do that. Now it's not like that. It's a text, it's a tweet. It's mom, I'm going to go see Timmy, and you're already gone. It's just too quick. It's already moved too quick. So when I say this, when I say more money, I want us to start getting focal point on speed to result with money. This is what we now need to understand, the world that we live in right now. The generation that we're living in is speed to money. Money is moving so quickly right now. Trillions of dollars are transferring right now through the cycles of the markets, the cryptos, the online, the everything, the e-commerce, the this industry, that, or whatever industry, real estate, whatever it is, it does not matter. There is money everywhere. Everywhere you guys are right now, wherever you are in the world right now, look around. Everything came from money. Everything was built, everything was done. Doesn't matter what it is. From what you're looking at, from what you're wearing, from what you, like anything, the infrastructure, everything came from money. So if everything came from money now, what is the quickest way to make it? What is the quickest way in this generation right now, in this era, right now, in this present time to make it? The first thing is you got to make it with your human capital. Your human capital is the most important capital. Not 7 forms of income and residual and passive and whatever, and real estate, you can name it all. The first thing is that you have a back. You have a back and you can work. So your human capital is the most important thing. So if you are starting out, let's just say you're starting out. Starting out would be getting a sales commission job. End of story. You go find a product or service that you believe in and a company that you can back in, and you just go and you just sell. Learn how to sell and sell. You'll at least be able to control. That's it. Simple. But what happens if you're a veteran and you want to do that? What happens if you're a veteran already in the game of business? What can you do? You can pivot. You can innovate. Those are key things as well too. Or you can collaborate. Collaboration in the veterans spectrum is the most powerful thing that you can do to connect money and resources, because again, we don't know how powerful our cell phone is. We don't know how powerful it is for me to know that I have A person over here that's looking to solve this problem, and then I have B person over here that now I can connect them to, and all of a sudden, if I know how to actually transact that, I can make some money for just putting people together. I was sitting with a billionaire in J.W. Turnberry in Miami at a Grant Cardone event. And we were sitting there and he said to me, he's like, Jay, you can make $1 million by solving someone's problem. He's like, but you know how you make $1 billion? It's like, how? He's like, you get somebody else to solve the problem. And I was like, interesting. But more money comes from us being able to utilize our human capital first and foremost. And the one thing that I'm going to say is, let's just say again, you're like, what should I do? What would be my first step, Jay? I want to make $100,000. What's my first step? Create a product, not a service. Like this coaching industry right now is bullshit. Everyone's a coach, everyone's a psychologist, everyone's something right now. This is not the game to be in. Create a product that somebody wants to buy. If you create a product of like I use this example, a fan with a little spray thing in it, you can sell that. It's tangible. It's e-commerce. I just bought a pair of glasses yesterday that have Chat GPT built into them, and you can actually see some turn-by-turn navigations. It's like $700 pair of glasses. Boom. I bought them on the spot. Just like click, boom. It was off an Instagram ad. But it's a product that gave me an understanding of something that technologically that I could actually utilize, bring into my business and enhance myself and kind of be cool because I'm a tech junkie like that. So I'm like, boom, transaction. Create a product, have a product. Everyone's there trying to do a service right now, and service is a long game. Take it from somebody that's been in the consulting game for 10 years right now. It took me 10 long years to get to the point of consulting now and being able to transform businesses because of the experience that I've been able to gain. But if you're in a service-based business right away, don't expect to make money for the first 3 to 5 years. You're going to have to build a credibility. You're going to have to get online. You're going to have to start posting every day. You're going to have to do all that stuff so that people can believe that you have the power and the value in yourself in order to transact and charge somebody $5,000, $10,000. Our packages now start at $50,000. To charge somebody $50,000 for a 2-day deep dive means you better transform that life. you better transform that life. And this is how powerful it is for money. And the last thing that I will also say on the money thing, another solution, another gateway, another way that you can actually put money in your pocket is learn how to raise it. We sometimes sit here and we focus, man, I don't got money. I'm in debt. I'm doing this. I got nothing in my hand. I got $0. I got $0 in my account. Maybe I got one, maybe I got $100. Maybe I got enough to pay the next bill. Maybe you're in that situation. Guess what? Raising capital is a whole different game, because raising capital takes what? One thing: communication. That's it. All it takes is communication, articulation. And somebody would test me on that and say, no, but Jay, you need to have the knowledge. Like, you can't go, like, you can't do what I did with raising $1 million over 2 beers. Like, I had to know my real estate, right? The knowledge of real estate in order for me to approach the guy. No, not necessarily though. Because if I had the right communication skills without the knowledge, what I can do is I can refer. I can say, hey, by the way, Mr. So-and-so, yeah, no, I have someone that I can introduce you to, and that would be an incredible connection, and I think you guys could do some great business together. He's looking to do this. You have the real estate project. I'm just here to just facilitate and make sure you guys know, like, yeah, no, I'm not the expert. I'm just here to connect. That takes communication. That doesn't take anything else. We overcomplicate it by saying, well, I don't know real estate, so I'm going to go waste 2 years trying to get a real estate degree. And then I'm going to go and I got to get some experience in the field, and I got to go sell houses, and I got to do this. No, you really don't. What you need to do is you need to master communication, because communication is going to get you into the right room. It's going to get you to shake hands, and it's going to get you to start connecting people together, and you're going to start to raise some capital. And leveraging credit, by the way, side note, leveraging credit is another thing. Like, we don't know how to leverage credit, especially in this country. You guys are so blessed in America. In Canada, it is so tight for laws on funding and lending. Here, man, you get an LLC built and you have a credit score over 700, man. They're like handing you like $100,000. Then you take that $100,000 and you bring it to a guy like me and you say, Jay, what do we do with this now? And then we go boom, 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 and we set it up for generational wealth. Like, it's very, very accessible if you know where to look and who to connect with. The second thing I want to say is, outside of more money, the other thing that everyone talked about this week was more people. More people and more clients. Maybe you're looking for a wife. Maybe you're looking for a girl. Whatever it may be. But when we're looking for more people and we have the objection and we have the thought pattern in our minds where we're like, I just don't have the right people. I don't have the right clients. I have a good product, I have a good service, but I'm not able to find the right people. You know, I'm looking for the girl, like, I just can't find the right girl, can't find the one that has all the things that I need and all the things. My first question to you is, how many people are you connecting with in a month? How many people are you actually going and presenting who you are, what you're about, your 90-second pitch? I don't care if it's the chick at the bar that you're trying to pick up. I don't care if it's a guy on the street that could become your next client and set you free. I'm talking about how many people are you connecting with in a day-to-day, in a weekly basis, in a monthly basis? How many people do you connect with? How many people do you enter into your phone? And how many people do you now know that you need a system to be able to follow up with them? Because I guarantee you, with the average number of people, I said this at a conference we were speaking at just at last weekend here, you know, the average person was 64 people. We know this because the average attendance to a funeral, 64 people. So inside your phones, I guarantee you, you have a lot more than 64 contacts. But how many more are we accumulating? Are we going to events, and are we going to events to try to sell, or are we going there to connect? Are we going there to build real rapport with people and actually connect with them to understand what their needs and their pain points are, and then be able to address if we have a product or service that might be sufficient for that? This is why the game of sales is a little whack right now. And these like, you know, there's a lot of people that are selling a lot of stuff online that's really bullshit. It's a lot. Everyone can agree with me on that. We see it all the time. You see the swipe ups, you see the ads, you see everything, you see all these things, the courses, the material, this. That's why it's not that game. The game for that is already it's almost turning, by the way. It's already, the coaching industry is already done. Like, if you haven't already understood what school is yet, like, you're already behind, and you get ready for that, because we're coming to you guys with something powerful. The Lions are always going to get exclusive access exclusive access to something big. But it's just like this model, how OnlyFans chicks right now, OnlyFans chicks are making like $500,000 because of what? They leveraged a platform. The platform allowed them to transact a monthly for a private service. So your education and your expertise and you understanding that you've been able to solve a problem in your life, monetized the right way, is the same thing. So people are everything. It's about the people. Are you on social media? Are you connecting? And I'm not talking about just going and connecting on social media just because, again, you're trying to see what products and services are. I'm talking about like going out there and actually just liking someone's post, going and commenting and being like, you know what, this actually gave me some value today. Putting the contribution, putting the right energy out there, because that's what we need to start doing. Men, especially us, we need to step up because our fucking species is becoming extinct. Like to have how many guys on the call right now? 28 guys on the call right now. To have 28 solid brothers that are respectful gentlemen in this world that want to just fucking uncage their roars, it's pretty scarce now. It's pretty sad to even say that out loud. So we need to go out there. We need to connect with more people. What I want you to also write down, I'm going to give you guys a task as well too, is, you know, whether it's a client that you're looking for, whether it's the girl that you're looking for, I want you guys to just focus on something here. Write it down. Like truly actually write it down. Like, who am I looking for? I do this exercise. Like I've been in business for over 10 years, but I'll tell you right now, just doing a refresh on that, whether it's business or personal, on exactly just like, what is it that I actually want? Who am I exactly looking for? Writing that down and getting super clear on that, you'll start to see the manifestation. You know, I just bought a Ford Bronco, a beautiful one up in Canada, and we're going to drive it down to the States. And it's crazy because, you know, it's a nice red one. It matches the Audi as well, too, for those that pay attention to the cars, because, you know, I love cars, right? You know, just got it for a road trip vehicle. And what's so cool about it, though, is like, it's a road trip vehicle. So I'm going to take it on the road. But it's a mechanism for me now to utilize that and connect with that. And now, like on the road trip, I'm going to utilize how to connect with people and what I'm actually looking for. Because even before I even bought the vehicle, this is another funny thing. It's called the RAS. Let me just get off topic here. RAS, the reticulating activating system. It was crazy because once I bought it up north, that's what I was trying to say. That once I bought it up north, down here in Tampa, all I could see was Broncos everywhere. Everywhere. So a reticulating activating system is functioning constantly. So the minute that you start programming it, don't call it the law of manifestation, whatever you want to call it, whatever it is, positive power, whatever it is. No, it's you being able to actually say, look, I'm looking for this and I want to achieve that. I'm looking for this person. Be creative about it. I truly test you to write that down. And the final thing that I really heard a lot of response for, I left this one for the end for you guys. And then we're going to open it up to some Q&A, and I want you guys to get involved as well too, is more worth, which meaning like accountability. Like worth always comes back because I bring back worth, because the only way to become a fucking lion, the only way to roar as a lion is for you to own your worth. But how do you own your worth? How do you actually even establish your worth? The accountability. And I'm not talking about the motivation that you get pumped up on. You hear me speak or you hear somebody else on YouTube and you go, whoa, 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 I'm so ready to go. No, not that bullshit. Like the real determination, the real purpose that drives you inside the morning. Because like I would ask you now, I encourage you, and I really, truly test you. What makes you wake up? Like think about that for a second. What makes you get up? Not why. Not your why. But what is it that actually drives you to get up? Like when you wake up in the morning and you open up your eyes, like what is that thing that goes, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get up. I'm going to push it. Boom. Think about that. The clearer you get on that, the clearer that you're going to start to understand what accountability actually means. You don't need, I will say, I'm going to say this lightly because a coach can do incredible. You can pay a coach to get from A to B. That's what they're designed to do. They're designed to be paid to get you from A to B. You can find a mentor. You can find a mentor. And the mentor now is a little bit different than the coach because the mentor just wants to pour into you. They just want to pour into you and they want you to be 10 times. And if you do compensate them, they're like, amazing. Like, I love it. Awesome. But like, I'm here to just really show you the support and love because I see something in you and I believe in you. Okay. So you can have a coach or you can have a mentor. Maybe you can have both. But the one thing that I will say to you is it's your fucking self. That man looking in the fucking mirror every single morning when he gets out of his bed, opens up his eyes, walks over to the bathroom and looks at himself in the face. That man is the only person that will be able to execute any advice given from the coach, from the mentor, from experience, from life. It's in that present moment each day that we stand there in front of the mirror and look at ourselves, whether it's a millisecond, whether it's 10 minutes, and you have the fucking balls to stare in your own eyes for 10 minutes. I test you. It's fucking hard. That is the true core to who you need to become and are. You are that man. You are that lion. You are that king. There's always the level of understanding that within this now, it's about utilizing these principles and making sure that you're whole and complete, that you have enough. You know, I always say we walk around with this bucket of joy, you know what I mean? Bucket of joy. And we got joy in it. We wake up in the morning and we start our day and we're walking around day and we're like, oh, here's joy for you. Here's joy for you. Here's wifey. Here's kids. Here's a business partner. Here's my employees. Here's everything. And just going around, you're giving this joy throughout the day. But then you get to the end of the night, you look down in your tub, you're like, shit, there's no more joy left for me. That's okay. I'm good. I'm a man. I'm gonna push through this. Tomorrow, I'll wake up with more joy. I'll figure it out. It's not a right way to live, is it? You got to make sure that we got a tank. We got a tank that can supply it so I can come home at the end of the night and I already have a little bit and I can just throw it in and be like, boom. And then I hook up my tank and it's like already fueling me now. That tank is bigger and badder than the money tank. The money tank is only a medium of exchange. It's only giving you the lifestyle. But that tank right there, that nighttime tank that you go to that fuels you up and gives you that momentum is the fucking pursuit in the morning when you wake up and say, ooh, 355, man. My brain is conditioned to 355. Unless I've gone out on a Friday night or like it's a night where I'm actually having like too many drinks, I'll be honest with you. I'm 355 without an alarm clock, without it. It's instinctive. It's instinctive because it's repetition and routine. Repetition and routine. It's the basal ganglia, the part of the brain that creates that. We look at this from a psychological standpoint. Let's just play the game. Why are we trying to recreate the rules? The rules have already been established. There's people that are multi-billionaires. There's already a game that we're playing. We just got to learn the rules now and play the game. And the more that we understand that, the more that, you know, the rules that I'll give you just guys here in closing, because I want to open this up and I'm going to bring in JC in a second here as well too, is the rules that I really, really play by is you have to have an engine. You have to have a passion. The engine is what fuels you and allows you to actually make money and generate money. And the passion is what you love to do. And if you can accumulate both of those together, eventually what comes out of that is just the value that you serve. Now I'll give you an example. My engine is Next Gen Properties. Next Gen Properties is my commercial real estate investment and development company, where we build retail strip malls up in Canada. That is my engine. That is my running. My passion, however, is speaking on stages and helping scale business owners to next levels using their communication and technology. So I have Next Gen Wealthy, our consulting agency. And that's where I get to put in my day-to-day. That's where I'm building my team out. That's where I came out and scaled out here to the US. And I'm continuously pushing and the personal brand is coming in and everything like that. But now because I have both of those established, my third and final one is my value that I can give back, which is here with the Next Gen Collective, the Lions, having the weekly calls, our monthly meetup that we're going to talk about, the annual retreat in Las Vegas, connecting from men from all over the world together so that we can harness brotherhood, blessings, and breakthroughs. She usually always open up with that line. That was interesting. It came back today, right at the end. brotherhood, blessings, and breakthroughs. For those guys that are on the call for the first time, that's what we live by right there. Those three core words: brotherhood, blessings, and breakthroughs. Incredible. JC, I'm going to bring you up in a second here, but before I do, JC is an incredible man. This guy, I've known him for a couple of years, but I got to meet him actually through the Lions Den. I'm sure he's going to share a little quick story about that. But JC's been working with me now for about 8 months, and it's been incredible. Not only just the level of service that this man has, but overall, just the fact that he's willing to put the time and effort that it takes and the consistency and knowing the longevity of it. And it's just powerful to see his journey and his growth. So I'm going to bring you in a second. But JC, before I do want to share with the Lions a little bit of what we got with the Elite. And the Elite is like the 2.0. It's something that we've talked about. I know, Keyshawn, I know you're interested in this because I know that we were talking about this, right? This is your style here. Ben, actually good to see you as well, too. It's good to see you in Tampa the other day, man. That was incredible seeing you in person, brother. And what I want to do is, what we're doing now is we're going to take a select group of guys. We're going to take a select group of guys. We're going to put a new call. It's going to be a monthly call, okay? I want to make this very simple because all this is meant to be is for you to market and sell your business. So it's not for somebody, unfortunately, that is starting out or does not know what their business is. I just want to be super clear. This is somebody that's already existing, already has offers, already has deals, and I'm going to start putting now 25 of my core leverage group into one circle, and we're going to do these instant masterminds where we're going to have access to be able to present your products, your services, and to be able to accumulate deals, not only just on that call, but have other product partners that are in specific industries now to refer and make sure that you have the connection with. Like something that's actually going to take the level of what we do here at the Lions Den from a brotherhood perspective and really now quantify that in the metrics of deals, money flow, and actually being able to measure how much business gets accumulated now out of the actual meetings. These calls are really meant to be weekly calls to bring in everybody for you guys to get value. I want to just pour my heart, my soul into you guys every single week. And now it's like really the next stage now is going to be that level. So it's not about a monetary level. There's no sales pitch on this call, but it is a vetting process. You do have to have a certain business doing a certain amount and actually have to be qualified to do so. So if you want information on that, it's not going to be publicized today on the call, but I want you guys to understand just, you have our numbers, you have all of our contact information. Just shoot a message out to us. Let us know that you're interested in that. That will be launching at the end of September. So we are going to be starting registrations September 1 on that one. Gentlemen, it has come to an end. As we close off in this last minute, I just want to say thank y'all. Thank y'all for joining us every single week, Thursday, 8 p.m. EST on the Lions Den. Now, the one thing I didn't say at the start is one thing that I want to close with. What we do here specifically results into 3 words that we swear by, which is brotherhood, blessings, and breakthroughs. The brotherhood between men. The only time you look down at another man is when you're picking him back up. The blessings from above, from within yourself, whatever you believe, make sure you believe. And of course, the breakthroughs. May have been something I said tonight, may have been something another lion said, but I encourage you, be open to those breakthroughs and come next week ready with a question, with a comment, with a way that you can now take this platform and expand who you are. Love y'all. Take care. And I'll see you next week, Thursday.